Okay, so I'm gonna do a voiceover for this rainbow look that I did. So first of all, I'm going to start by moisturizing using the Aerox Tea Tree and Aloe Gel moisturizer. Then I'm going to use spoolie to brush out my brows and use an eyebrow pencil to fill. So where do I start? At the bottom? I used to use short lines, but since I got so good at doing my brows, I just can use longer lines that I more than what I used to use. So I line the bottom, then I line the top, and then I just fill in the areas that don't have much hair. I don't usually go straight to the edge of my brows because I wanted to give this gradient natural look. So I usually just use a spoolie to just get a little of the eyebrow pencil color to the front instead of just using the pencil because I don't want it to be too bright. So with this brush at the end, I have quite some filling to do because I don't have much hair at that end. So after doing my brows, I'm going to use a Maybelline Fit Me concealer in shade 30 to clean up my brows, to clean up the bottom half of my brows. I don't use this color concealer to do the top. So this brush that I was using, it was giving me a clean cut at first, but then it wasn't giving me so much of a clean cut anymore. So eventually I had to use a smaller brush that would give me a more cleaner cut. Yeah, so this is the smaller brush that I used to give my brows a cleaner cut than the other brush was giving. And then I will just use the brush to brush on the concealer closer to my lid, but I don't go as far down. So I go down and that's where I stop. So I'm gonna use Black Oval Stick Foundation in my shade, which is Carob, to clean the top of my brow. As I said before, I don't use a concealer or the light concealer to do the top. I want the highlight to be under my brows, not above it. Back in the day, I usually do that, but not anymore. So now I clean up my brows. I'm going to use a P. Louise base in shade number 5. So I tap that on my lid and then go upwards to the concealer and blend both. After that, I'm going to use a fluffy brush and blend both of them together and get rid of excess concealer or base from my lid. So I'm going in with my Juvia's Place Zulu palette. I'm using the yellow from the palette. I usually start off with a small amount and then I build. I don't really start off with a lot of color just in case I don't want too much. I won't apply too much. So I start with a little and then I build from there. So with the P. Louise base, it wasn't that dry, it was a bit tacky, so At first I pat it in, and then I will make small circles afterward. You can't just go in and just start doing small circles, then it will get cracky and then the color payoff won't be that good. So I've used the yellow and I'm using the orange in my crease, and now I'm going with purple. So because I'm using 3 colors, using the purple now, I'm gonna have to go back in with the orange and the yellow because I don't want to lose the colors that I used before. So when you don't want to lose your color, you have to go back in with those colors just so that you don't lose them. So here I'm going in back with the orange because it kind of faded when I added the purple. And because I'm using this orange now, the yellow might be a bit faded, so I'd have to go back in with the yellow as well. Still going back and forth with the colors. Now I'm going in back with the purple one more time. And then I'm going to take a flat brush and the POV base in the shade 5 as well and cut my crease. So when I'm cutting my crease, I put a little bit on my lid and then I open my eyes, and then it will leave a mark of where I can cut my crease. Because I have hooded eyes, I have to go above the crease of my eyes just to let the color show. So if you have hooded eyes like I do and you're doing a cut crease, you will have to go above your crease and not too far up where you're going to lose the colors I used before. So I didn't go as far as go over the purple because the purple would not show. So it depends on how high you want your cut crease to be. You go that height with the colors. So if I wanted my cut crease to be higher, I would have to use the purple up underneath my eyes more than where I have it right now. Now I'm going in with the Morphe palette 35B, and I will be using the red. So when I was using this red, the color payoff wasn't as pigmented as I wanted, so I had to go in with the box of crayons palette from the crayon case and use that red from that palette. And the color payoff with this red was great. It's very pigmented. And then I'll be going in with an orange from the 35B palette as well. Then I'm going in with the yellow from the box of crayons palette. Then I'm using the blue from the 35B palette. And for the purple that will be used at the end, I'll be going in with the Juvia's Base palette, the Zulu palette, and use that purple. And I'm brushing it inwards from the purple that is already on the outside, just brushing it in towards the blue. So I'll be using the Sephora Precision liquid liner to create my wing. Now this liner is my new favorite liner. I got the name and the inspiration to use this liner from Kiki Adams. This liner is so matte and the black is gorgeous. You know, some blacks would not look that dark. This black is like a abyss black. I love it. And instead of buying one, I just got two because I don't want to run out. So I've completed both eyes and now I'll be putting on some lashes, some mink lashes. Here they are. I love these lashes. And I use a tweezer to put on my lashes. Now let's move on to face. So this is a Scandinavia primer. I bought a finishing spray and got that sample and another one with it. So I'll be going in with my Black Opal stick foundation in the color Carib. And I try to do the same amount of marks on one side as I would do on the other side. So if I make 3 stripes on one side, I make 3 stripes on the other side. Just so that I can have even distribution of foundation. And this is a Real Techniques Insta Pop foundation brush. To blend on my foundation. This is a great brush. It's dense, but in blending out this stick foundation, I prefer to use my Murphy brush. It's a round foundation brush. It just works better to me. Don't get me wrong, this brush is great, but I think it's perfect. Like a 10 out of 10 for liquid foundations. And this for stick foundations like the Black Opal, this was giving me a 8 out of 10. So I'll be using a smaller brush to get in between my brows. Now I'm going to take my LA Girl Pro Concealer. I think this is the color Toffee. I won't be using a lot because I don't want the highlight to be too bright. And I'll be taking a damp Real Techniques sponge to blend the concealer under my eyes, my forehead, my nose, and my chin. And I'll be taking the ear sponge and translucent powder to set that. I don't bake, so as soon as I finish putting down the powder, I get the excess off. I don't leave it there to bake. And if it's still a bit too like ashy or white, I will use a pressed powder to get rid of some of the ashy color or white color from the powder. So we're going in with the Jacqueline Hill and Murphy palette, and I'll be using a brown shade from that to contour. Yeah, that shade I'll be using to contour. And I'll be using the Shade by Gal blush with a Real Technique setting powder brush, and that's my cheeks. I'm gonna be using the Crayon Case on a roll highlighter. I love this highlighter, and the package, the amount that you get is a lot. I don't know when this highlight will be done, but I don't want it to be anyway, so that's great. That's highlight my cheeks, my nose. I don't do a lot of highlighting. I just highlight my cheeks and my nose. So this is a Glow Cosmetics lipstick, and the color is Sweeter to Choose. This lipstick is from an Instagram giveaway that I won sometime last year. And this is the finished look. I haven't used any finishing sprays yet. So this is the Scandinavia finishing spray. So I bought this spray and got 2 free samples with it. And this is the completed look. I already posted this look on Instagram. Yes, honey. Thanks for watching.